Ever thought this guy will ever make philosophy videos? Well, neither did I. Pewdiepie or Felix is surprisingly the biggest philosophy channel on YouTube. I know he doesn't mainly make philosophy videos, but when he does, my god, they are a treat to watch. But what's most importantly caught my eyes was how Felix implemented and preached many ideas of cynicism and stoicism throughout his videos. So why not cover what the ancient Greeks taught us using Pewds' example? Cynicism advocates an unconventional way of life, where one rejects conventions of traditional society. The founder of cynicism was a disciple of Socrates, known as Antisthenes. Although mainly Diogenes is the one who embodies the message of cynicism, we can see his life as an example where he tried to destroy social conventions and bring back life to the natural state. Diogenes slept in public buildings, begged for his food, and overall led a simple life. One of his main ideas was shamelessness, where he performed unconventional actions, but which did not harm other people. For example, being naked and giving it a quick wank in the public. Now, I'm not saying Felix has done the same, but I mean he did shit in the showers, so close enough. But seriously, in the video Thoughts on Getting Robbed, he told us that he had gotten rid of most of his possessions, which did not give him any utility. He was motivated to do so after going through the life of Diogenes. He pointed out many instances from Diogenes' life where he had nothing, but everything at the same time. That sentence might not make sense, but let me explain. Diogenes, as mentioned by Felix, has nothing of worldly value or any kind of possession, but he still lived his life to the fullest, even to the point where Alexander the Great knew that he had everything, but nothing at the same time. Now you might argue that Pewds is a millionaire and is much more different from who Diogenes was. And it is true, but that does not mean that Pewds cannot implement the teachings of Diogenes. As we can see from what Felix stated that,
I don't think you'll see me living in a barrel anytime soon, but I think there's a lot to learn from Diogenes. I find it funny how I lost more items reading about him than actually getting robbed did.
These words have a lot of meaning attached to them. Nowadays, every person who gets big on YouTube is keen on showing off his new car or house. But Felix never tends to flex his money. His modest life can be seen through his house tour, where he plays in the kiddie pool and water balloons instead of a big-ass swimming pool. While as far as the car goes, he had Nissan which looked like he borrowed from his grandpa or something. Now you could argue that behind the scenes he might have a Lamborghini or as such, but I doubt it. From looking at his workout station, he literally owns one broken bench and a pair of dumbbells for working out. And to top it all off, he workouts at a place that looks like a homeless man's shelter. Now I'm not here dissing him off, but to show that he does seem to implement the simplicity that cynicism teaches, even though he loves to buy hundreds of tambourine and $2,000 worth of Alphorn. Moving on to Stoicism side of things. Stoicism was also a school of thought that flourished in ancient Greek and Rome. Being one of the sublime philosophies of Western civilization, it believed that goal of all inquiry was to provide a mode of conduct through the tranquility of mind and certainty of moral worth. In short, Stoicism is a tool that helps us live through the uncertain world. We cannot know what lies in the future and cannot control what lies ahead of us, but at least we can control our minds, behaviors, reaction, and expectation of the future. The philosophy's founder was Zeno, but the main proponents of Stoicism were Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. The 8 principles that summarize Stoicism are: nature. Nature is rational. Law of reason. The universe is governed by the law of reason. Humans can't actually escape its inexorable force, but they can uniquely follow the law deliberately. Virtue. A life led according to rational nature is virtuous. Wisdom. Wisdom is the root virtue. From it springs the cardinal virtues. Apatheia. Since passion is irrational, life should be waged as a battle against it. The intense feeling should be avoided. Pleasure. Pleasure is neither good nor bad. It is only acceptable if it doesn't interfere with the quest for virtue. Evil. Poverty, illness, and death are not evil. Duty. Virtue should be sought not for the sake of pleasure, but for duty. In Pewds' video How to Be Happy, he gives an intro to Stoicism and how it relates to cynicism. He further talks about how a human can learn to focus on things that he or she can control, such as anger. He covers Marcus Aurelius' teachings and life events to show how Marcus Aurelius controlled his emotional fluctuations through meditation, thus his book, Meditation. Then going on to teach how memento mori can assist modern humans to endure any suffering and pain. Now going back to the video where Felix gets robbed, we can see he did not overreact by telling everyone how he was suffering due to 90% of the possessions being stolen, but instead he greets us with a chill philosophy video. Over the years, I have seen Pewds getting into a lot of drama, especially in 2017 and 2018, but it seems that during all these years, he has finally grown a thicker skin and a mature attitude over the YouTube game. We haven't seen him in any controversies or reaction to YouTube drama, but now he focuses on the content which he seems to like. For example, his addiction to Minecraft and the Fire Nation factory. While in his opening video of 2021, called 2020 is Gone, he shares some valuable tips and ideas on how to conquer the new year. He emphasizes on how to achieve happiness through focusing on life goals. He again states in that video,
going through that difficult period and actually finish it. The problem with that is that you rob yourself from the reward of actually that sensation of, yes, I did this is great, I completed something. The difference is that you set goals for yourself because you do it for you and no one else and for no other reason.
These words hold a lot of value as well, as Felix himself has shown this commitment through quitting alcohol, getting raped, and grabbing hold of his life in general. All of these things are a sign of how he has finally seemed to have grasped the idea of happiness, claimed through the development of fortitude and self-control. That again is credited to the philosophies, such as cynicism and stoicism. I'm not going to discuss his latest video on Epictetus' book, but I'll encourage everyone to watch it. It is not a lecture by a PhD professor, but just a humble and chill guy who enjoys reading books and teach what he has learned. Felix, if you're watching, I just want to say thank you for contributing to the philosophy society and in the life of all the other people that you have made better. Brofist.